There we go. That's better. Maybe. Okay. Okay, does the sound, can you guys hear me and okay and everything? No issues there? Oh, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Because my phone just completely restarted. Okay, can you guys see everything okay? Let me know. My phone overheated and restarted itself. So let me know if everything looks and sounds okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. Alright, so as I was saying, this is the dishcloth that I made yesterday while I was watching Zaz do her stream of her drawings. So this would be done in a half double crochet and a single crochet. And I did it with, thanks for banning them, Zaz, I didn't get a chance to do that. I did it with an H hook, and it measures about 7¼ inches in both directions. So if you decide to do a dishcloth, that's what we do. If you decide you want to do a blanket, I will get you going on the stitches, and then you guys will have to continue working on it on your own, because obviously we're not going to finish a blanket on stream. That'd be awesome though. So today I grabbed some cotton yarn, and I wanted to kind of go over things. I was going to do the double crochet today, but I noticed that people were kind of struggling with the half double crochet, so I thought maybe we would review things. So on a ball of cotton yarn, this one I believe I got at Joann's, I think. So it's a little bigger than if you were to buy it at Walmart. But reviewing your markings. So if you're buying yarn, you can make sure you remember to look here for your hook size. And this is calling for a 5mm or an H hook if you decide to crochet, and it is a size 4 medium worsted weight yarn. So this is the sugar and cream. Walmart also has peaches and cream, but they're both the same. Cotton has less stretch to it than acrylic. You could pull it from the middle, but I always get what I call a yarn baby when I pull it from the middle, because I get a wad. So it looks like my yarn just gave birth. So I'm going to go ahead and use my pretty rainbow yarn. Have you guys practiced your half double crochets outside of the stream? So I thought maybe we would try. Yay! Cheryl, how is it working for you? Are you feeling more comfortable with it? Are your counts coming out? I also grabbed my H hook and my I hook. Let's see if we can get it to focus on those. It's maybe not. A little bit? Okay. I grabbed my H hook and my I hook because the cotton yarn is a little less forgiving in the stretch. So when you're doing your chain, if your chain happens to be too tight or too loose, it's not going to adjust itself really well with the cotton yarn. So I'm going to do my starting chain with my larger size hook, which is my I hook, and then I will finish my project with my H hook. So what I want to do is I want to do the slip knot around your finger twice. Over, and then over the tip of your finger, pull tight. Insert your hook, pull that knot snug to your hook. Alright. Do we need... No, you can use cotton yarn if you want to. If you want to make this into a usable dishcloth, go ahead and grab your cotton yarn. I would be happy to wait. I just thought I would use something a little bit different so that maybe I could keep it. So that's why I grabbed cotton. It's entirely up to you. If you want to make something that you could maybe use, go ahead and grab that. Do you want me to wait for you? I just kind of wanted to review, and I figured we'd mix the single crochet and the half double crochet just to get you comfortable with it. No, you're fine? Okay. Because this dishcloth, like I mentioned, was done in the half double crochet. It was a row of single crochet and then a half double, and then a single and then a half double. So I figured maybe if we replicated this, I also did an edging in single crochet. I don't know if you can see it. I figured if we worked on doing something like this, it would help you guys get more comfortable transitioning from one stitch to another. Also with your chains on the side before you turn your work, how many you need for each stitch, and it'll help you see the difference in the stitches as well to get you more comfortable for whatever project we decide to do on Wednesday. So you can either make this to keep it or you can make it to rip it out. Whatever you decide to do is perfectly fine. So we're going to do a starting chain of 26 to make your project 25 stitches long, because we're going to start with a single crochet. So go ahead and do your starting chain, wrapping around your hook and pulling through. Do your starting chain of 26. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get that to focus in really well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So this yarn also changes colors a lot, which I absolutely love. So I thought maybe that would also help you guys seeing the stitches a little better. So now that I have my chain the length I want it, I'm going to go ahead and switch my hook sizes. So what I do when I change my hook so it doesn't get twisted is I hold that stitch right here at the base to pull my hook out and insert my new one in exactly the same spot. I used to let go and then I couldn't tell which way the chains were supposed to be going. Okay, so now that we have our chain 26, we're going to start with a single crochet. So you're going to skip the first bar closest to your hook. You're going to skip this. You have 21? I'm sorry, I'll wait. Thanks for letting me know. I don't want to get ahead of myself. You guys see I painted my nails purple. Zaz mentioned she couldn't wait to see the purple, so I changed it. Okay, 26. Okay, so you're going to skip the first bar. And going into the second one, we're going to start our single crochet. So you're going to insert your hook. Yarn over. You love purple too? My daughter's favorite color is purple. Mine's pink. And my husband likes a really, really deep purple. So I figured this was good. So yarning over and pulling through 2. And that gives you your first single crochet. Again, going into that bar. Insert your hook. Yarn over. Pull through. Yarn over again, pull through 2. And that gives you 2. Continue that all the way across and then count your stitches to be sure that you have 25. And while I'm getting all the way across, I wanted to let you guys know, I know Zaz knows, my husband did go ahead and create a YouTube channel for me to post my videos after I'm done streaming because they won't save on Twitch forever. So there is the link for the YouTube channel. And we are still trying to hit 50 followers. We're at 26. Once I hit 50 followers, that will make me an affiliate, and that will allow me to have some more fun features for subscribers. So be sure to share with anybody that you know that crochets, if you're in any groups. Trying to keep that tail tucked so you guys can see. I shared, somebody had posted in one of the groups that I'm in that they were struggling with their half double crochet, so I shared a link to the to the channel. I made a comment with the link and I got banned from the group. So I thought that was kind of crappy. I just wanted to help. Yeah, it was really a crappy thing to do. But I mean, there's so many different crochet groups on Facebook that it's not like that was the only one that I could be in. So I wasn't terribly brokenhearted, but I just couldn't believe that they went so drastic. I could understand if I had posted like a self-promotion kind of thing, but it was literally a comment on somebody's post that was asking for help. I was trying to help. But it's fine. Also, I know you guys are in the Discord, but for anybody that might be watching this video, when the stream is over, I do have a Discord channel, and I have been posting my projects as I finish them. I've only finished one, but it took a while, which was the pocket shawl that I posted. I'm going to be starting on a blue one tomorrow. I'm talking away and trying to keep that tail hidden and out of view. And I am being slow. My yarn is under my feet. I need my yarn bowl. So be sure, you guys, if you're practicing, to take pictures of your work so you can maybe see if, you know, what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right, and see the progression and the tension of your stitches. Because I know Zaz was posting pictures of her work, and I could tell from her first row to her last row just the difference in the tension and how she was holding her yarn and how much cleaner her stitches were. So it's kind of a neat thing to see. And it helps be a little bit more encouraging when you can see progress. Zaz, let me know when you get to the end. But even if you're watching this video after the stream has ended, please, please, please be sure to follow the channel. And if you have the app on the phone, on your phone, with your notifications turned on, it will let you know when I'm streaming, so that you can join us for a live stream. Okay, I'm gonna go through. This is so rainbowy and pretty. This yarn looks so much less fun in a ball than it does worked up. I'll unravel some here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now, if you guys are struggling with missing your stitches at the end of your row before you turn, as I mentioned before, grab a stitch marker and put a stitch marker in it so you don't forget that stitch. And also, if you are having trouble counting your rows on a project and you need to know how many rows you've done, you can use the paper clips and put your stitch marker in the end here of each row, and then just go back and count your stitch markers. And I do believe, yep, just in case you guys are interested in getting any stitch markers, here's the link to them in my store. I only have the two listed, the red ones and the blue ones, but I'm happy to make you something a little bit more personal and custom if you decide you want to order some. I am going to change this one out though, because it's kind of long for today. I have no fingers. There we go. I had my friend's baby last night, a 1-year-old, and she was up all night, kept me up all night, didn't want to sleep, so my body is on slow-mo. So see, I just have one cute little stitch marker in here that'll let me know when I come back the other direction not to skip that stitch. You have 25, you think. Remember to count your V stitches at the top. That'll help tell you a little better. But we're going to go with yes you do, because we're going to be positive. So we're going to go ahead. Now we're going to go into a half double crochet. Do you count the loop? Not the loop that's on your hook. Just the V stitch that's in front of your hook. Right here. So this doesn't count. Just this right here. Okay, 25. Yay! Clap for Zaz! Woohoo! Okay, so now we're going to do a half double crochet to go the opposite direction. So this time you want to chain 2. 1, too. Joyful Zaz. You still got to make me some emotes, so if I ever hit 25, I have some cute ones. Okay, so you're chaining 2 and then turning your work. Wrapping your yarn once around your hook and inserting it right here in this V at the base of where you chained. Insert your hook, wrap your yarn one time, pull through, wrap your yarn again, and pull through all 3 loops. And that will give you your first half double crochet. Show you that again. Wrap your yarn around your hook one time, inserting your hook into the next stitch, wrap your yarn again, pull through, wrap your yarn again, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. I'm hoping the color change of this yarn will help you guys see a little bit better too, because it changes so fast that hopefully you can see the where the stitches are going a little better. I'm gonna get nice and close. So we're going in right here by my thumb. Good, I'm glad it helps. Wrapping your yarn, pull through. Wrapping your yarn again and pulling through all 3 loops on your hook. So you're going to continue the half double crochet all the way to the end. And then you're going to count and make sure that you have 25 half double crochets. Now the other spot where a lot of people tend to forget to put a stitch is back here at the beginning of your first row. So if you feel like that might be, if you're struggling to remember to get a stitch in both ends, put a stitch marker in both of them. You can always take them out, they don't get in the way. And if it's going to help you make sure that you hit that 25 every time, or however many you have to do in that count for that row, then use your stitch markers, use your paper clips. You can even use, if you're in a bind, you can use a piece of yarn. Just cut a short piece of yarn and tie it in there. Until you get used to the look and the feel of getting every single stitch every single time. Let me know how you guys are doing, if you need any help with anything. It's kind of quiet tonight. You can kind of tell it's a Sunday. We're starting to get cooler weather here. How are you guys where you are? So cold. I like it cold. Like I want to wear my hoodies and my slippers and my leggings and curl up in a blanket. It's like I like to sit on the couch and watch TV and crochet a blanket or a poncho or a vest and not sweat. Like right now my hands are not sweating. Hoodie time is here. See, it's not here yet. Here we're still kind of warm. I wore a t-shirt and shorts today for photographing. And I was pretty warm. So we're not there quite yet. But boy, is it nice sleeping weather. I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. I am splitting my yarn though because I'm not paying attention. There we go. I had my kids get in my attic and find all my cotton yarn that I had stored away in totes. And we found, well, they found 4 totes of cotton yarn that I was using to make shopping bags with, reusable shopping bags. So that's why I decided to use the cotton yarn, because I have plenty of it. Okay, so there's row 2 with the half double crochet. I'm going to go ahead and remove my stitch marker from my previous row. And I'm going to move it up here, just so when I turn my work, I remember to catch that stitch. Let me know when you guys reach the end of yours. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So while you guys are doing that, I was looking up patterns over the weekend for blankets that would be kind of simple yet give you some decoration. And doing a half double crochet and a single crochet mix like we're doing now would make for a really pretty blanket, especially if you get a variegated yarn like this with all the different colors in it. Because imagine if this was a giant baby blanket and the rainbow colors would be so pretty. But you can get at Michael's and Joann's, they have the yarn cakes, like this cake here that I wound up. They come in a cake here, and they have tons, even some Walmarts have them. They have tons of different colors. You can do I saw some that are in green, like shades of green, blue, and brown, or red, pink, and white. So you could get one ball of variegated yarn like this and do a half double crochet, single crochet mix and still get a multicolored blanket where you don't have to tie colors together a lot and have a lot of different color changes. So just a thought, if you want to do a blanket, what we're doing today will be good help to get you to that point. And I know Zazzers has a son that I bet would love a blanket made by his mama. Tell me I'm wrong. It would be fun, and you know he'd love it. If he took what you made before and used it for his cars as a blanket, you got 25. Yay! How you doing, Cheryl? You good? Oops. But yeah, if Howie's taking what you made and using it as a blanket for his cars, no rush, Cheryl. Take your time. Then I bet you he would take a blanket made for him any day of the week. So just an idea. My mom has, or had, 3 blankets. Yeah, he would love it. My mom had 3 blankets for me. Christmas gift, yep. You're gonna need, if you're gonna do it for a Christmas gift, you want to start it as soon as you feel comfortable with it, because A blanket for me, if I work on it non-stop continuously, like 5-6 hours a day, it takes me about a month to get a blanket done. So they take a minute. Wanted to pull up. Are you still using the cotton yarn for your scarf? That green multicolored cotton yarn that you had? Trying to find a picture of the blanket for you guys. Yeah, sugar and cream. Those, a blanket made out of cotton yarn would be really nice, especially when it gets really cold because it's a little bit heavier than an acrylic yarn. So it would be nice and warm. Plus, I like my blankets to have a little bit of weight, like the weighted blankets for anxiety. So that would help with that too. Let's see. It has so many different blankets and so many different patterns. Are you so excited, Zaz, to hit 25 stitches? I see your pick. It looks like you may have missed the last stitch right next to your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. But you have 25 stitches. That's funny. You're doing the half double crochet, so that's exciting. And you got your single crochet below. That's super exciting. I feel like a proud mama. Another thing, you can do one more stitch at the end of that, and it would end up putting you at 26, but just remember that when you rotate your work that you had 26 and not 25, and you'd be okay. You ended with 24, Cheryl. Did you have 25 single crochet on the first row? You did. Did you by chance miss a stitch at one of the ends when you chained up and turned your work? Did you catch the stitch at the base of your chain? Because sometimes it's up to you. If you're not keeping it for anything, if you're not going to turn it into anything, then don't worry about it. You're just going to be practicing your stitches. But if you're going to turn this into a dishcloth or something to keep, then you might want to go back and check and make sure that you got that stitch and the stitch at the end. Sometimes people miss the one right here because it's kind of on the edge a little bit. Well, if you're just practicing, I wouldn't worry about it right now. I wouldn't worry about ripping it out because you're just getting the stitching. Just remember that you have 24, not 25, and we'll try to make sure on your next row that you get that 24 stitch count. Okay, so we're going to go back to our single crochet for row 3. So this time you're going to chain 1. And then you're going to turn your work the same as you did before. 24, 25, 26. We got it. We're fine. We don't need to have the same count, right? So make sure when you chain up, that's why these stitch markers come in handy, that you get right here where my stitch marker is, not this piece right here, but right here. Get a little bit closer. So hard to focus. So you want to get where my stitch marker is. That's where you want your first stitch to go. So you're going to insert your hook, yarn over once, and pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. So you want to make sure you're switching over to your single crochet now, not still doing your half. So you're inserting your hook, grabbing your yarn, pulling through, wrapping your yarn over, and pulling through 2. Go ahead and do that all the way across. So right now you see I have 3. 1, 2, 3. Do your single crochet all the way across. Zaz will have 26, I will have 25, and Cheryl will have 24 if we did it correctly this time. I'm glad we didn't move on to the double crochet yet, because I want you guys to get really, really comfortable with the single and the half first. Need to unwind some more yarn. I had posted in the Discord, if you guys, I think you both noticed, and I think Cheryl, you had commented about doing a crochet and chill one night a week where we can all get online. We can get on the Discord and get in the chat if you decide you want to. You don't have to. But it would be nice so we can just kind of chit chat and crochet while we're working on either a project or practicing our stitches, ask some questions, talk about our day, just kind of like we're hanging out even though we can't hang out. And do it off stream. We can still chat typing. You don't have to chat vocally, although it would be nice. Zaz and the other girls that we play Animal Crossing with, we get on there almost once a week lately. And we all talk together, and it's really nice to have adult conversation, especially with COVID going on right now. And people don't really go do anything. It's like going for coffee without going for coffee. The single crochet is a little bit more sneaky getting that end stitch, so make sure you get that in there. And it gives you these cute little bars right here across in between your rows. So counting mine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I have my 25, so I'm looking for 24 and 26 counts. Oh, see, that looks so much better. 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, I think. Teacher checking your work. It looks so good though. If you compare that picture to the first picture that you posted when you started, your tension is so much better. Everything seems so much more even. So yes, I'm very excited. I'm a very proud teacher. How you doing, Cheryl? I think my husband fell asleep behind me. Isn't it cool though to see your progression? Cheryl, how did you end up with 23? Let's go ahead and rip that last row out and go back and make sure we're catching the stitches at the beginning and the end, just because I want to try to find where you're making the mistake so that you can better tell when you're working on something in the future where you're messing up. So mistakes are good to make because it teaches us stuff. At least that's what my teacher told me. So I'm going to go ahead and rip this row out with you. All the way to where we finished before, or for row 2. And inserting my hook. It is so hard for me to keep my project underneath of my camera because I'm used to pulling my work up close to my chest. I don't know why. Let me know when you've got that row ripped out. Just give me an OK or a K or something. Okay, awesome. Alright, so you're going to chain 1. Turn your work. It also might be easier to see now where you missed that one because you won't have, like, see how they have the holes from where the stitches were previously? You should have a tight stitch somewhere. So make sure that you're inserting your hook. You have your chain here. And your hook is going to go right here in that very first V-stitch. And now my dogs are going to start barking because somebody's out front. going all the way across with your single crochet. And hopefully we can find where you're dropping your stitch to decrease your stitch count. Saz, do you know where Tati is this evening? I'm surprised she hasn't popped in and said hello. Uh-oh. There it goes. Okay. Haven't heard from her. Yeah, it's weird not to hear from her. You're okay. Going to my friend's house tomorrow that did my hair. I taught her to crochet and she's been making blankets as gifts. So I'm going to take my yarn over and we're going to just hang out and crochet for the day. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh yeah, she's a football person, huh? That makes sense. My soon-to-be stepdad is a Cowboys fan. So right here is my last stitch. So you want to make sure you're catching this V right here for your last stitch. And don't skip that, because it may look like you're done, but you want to make sure you pick up that last one right here. Didn't go under all the loops. This yarn is splitting something terrible. Plug this in for a minute. So make sure you're catching. Also, Cheryl, if it will help, if you have stitch markers or paper clips, go ahead and put a stitch marker in your first stitch and your last stitch to make sure when you're flipping your work and going for your next row that you're picking up the first and the last stitch, because that usually seems to be where people drop their stitches and end up with one less. It's usually at the beginning or the end of their row. We still have 24. What are we missing?